First of all, this is not a basic 3D print. And I definitely don't want you guys wasting your time and money trying to print this thing correctly. The wall thicknesses are very small. The feel of the triggers change completely depending on what plastic you use. Even on a high-resolution resin printer, which is what I used for development, I can't honestly say that any of my prints were perfect.
I'll keep this short. Optimum Tech said his 25-gram Viper V2 mod kit was too hard to print. So I designed my own. That's not too hard to print. You can find the links in the description if that's all you're after, but if you want to hear more about it, stay here to hear more about it. This right here is my best variant of it. It's a 23.37 gram ASA variant of the Viper V2. It has twice the battery life as Optimum Tech's, does not feature the same angled triggers, and does not have a sensor holder. However, I feel like it goes left to right just fine. Now, I did not print this ASA variant. PCBWay did. Now, when PCBWay first printed this, they fucked up. They reoriented the print, did not tell me they were going to, and they all came printed like this. You might ask yourself, why is that a big deal? Well, the underside of the left and right click had supports on them, and they were stair-stepped up because of layer stacking. With that, it makes it inconsistent when you left and right click, and it also, since these are very thin structures here, makes it to where they're much weaker than if it was printed on its face. Now, PCBWay did not sponsor me in this, so I'm allowed to say how they fucked up, but they did reprint this for free after they messed up. So honestly, huge props to them, and I feel safe to say that they can print it for you just fine. However, do be warned, tell them that it needs to be printed as is. The STL is on its face, and yeah, just tell them print it as is. Don't reorientate the print. Now, if you want to print this from home, print this as is. Add supports to it. Mainly the bits that need supports are the screw holes, the side handles, and the little bit of overhangs that are on the left and right click. But past that, everything else is bridging. It can be printed without supports on those points, but you might want to add in there anyway. As far as what I used past printing this out of ASA, I used the Pulsar Super Grip Universal Grip Tape that I impulse bought from Micro Center because I did zero research. I like Pulsar as a company and have had zero gripes with it so far on any of the models that I've used. I use Sapphire skates for this, just like the backwards mouse, but any sort of dot skate or PTFE that you want to cut out and stick onto there should work just fine. Yeah. Now, when you first get this off the build plate, there will be some flexing to it. Attaching the PCB to it will lower that up quite a bit. However, if the flexing is still too much for your liking, print it out of PLA or something, thicken this wall maybe a little bit, add some support to the structure. It's fine for my liking, how it is currently, but it may not be for yours. Do what you will with the file. It's all up on Onshape if you want to edit it at all, but that's up to you. I'm not going to really touch this much at all. Now, I do want to say, this was not all technically my idea. For one, the initial idea did come from Optimum Tech. Huge props to him for that and for inspiring me to spite him. Now, there's also this one person in the comment section of this video that I found as soon as it released that was stating how this could be done if it was printed on its face. This guy is a genius, and this project could definitely not have been done without him. Now, mind you, what he said about it being able to be printed without supports, that I don't necessarily agree with, but it would probably technically work if you did it that way. I don't know. I don't want to waste the time. Other than that, if this guy reaches out, I will personally send you one of these free of charge if you so need it. Don't go to PCBWay or anything like that. I've got another ASA one just like this one that you can just have. Now, this other guy that he was responding to and talking to in the comment section, you're a fucking moron. Here is the proof. Now, don't hunt these people out for love or for hate, and don't start a hate mob towards Optimum Tech. Yes, Optimum Tech sometimes gets things wrong when he makes these videos, but he's one of the only people in this community that are doing these large-scale projects as an independent creator, and I very much respect his work still. I'm still going to be trying to purchase one of these mod kits, even though I hand designed my own that is lighter than his, just because I respect his work. I just think his reasoning is bullshit.